Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholoyimla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakahakodash, double honors to our apostles, and elders, a great millstone who do rule well, led by the Spirit, taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson and praying that it's edifying by the Spirit, and just want to, do another quick little hit on the fall of America, seeing the fall of our enemies. Now, this is your Navy digital ambassador right here. If you're familiar with this dude was doing, his little TikTok videos and stuff like that. But this is a drag queen, right? But he's, on the Navy ship doing drag shows and all kinds of shit. So you got the Army veteran would tell Congress that drag queens, DEI, and the surge of leftist values in the military are making the U.S. weaker and leading to wrong people leading combat. See, and they let you know, man, just how far this place is falling. And see, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, Esau. And Joe Biden, he's a goddamn freak show, man. Ever since he's been in there, it's been nothing but freak show, freakism. All these, the freaks come out at night getting all these positions, man, and all these major positions, man. You know what I'm saying? Where it's no seriousness to these positions no more. It's just, it's all about let's be diverse, and that shit is not working. That's silly. You can't hire the most qualified person for a job because of what they're calling diversity. You don't want no goddamn chef getting a job at the mechanic shop or but just because of certain things, certain attributes, you can't discriminate. So this is Esau's kingdom. But let's get a little bit of this. This is Daily Mail. The Army Ranger veteran William Thibbo is set to urge Congress to scrap the U.S. military diversity targets, saying they put the wrong people into combat leadership roles and leave units less able to win wars. You're not winning no more wars, man. America is through. This place is through, man. It's out of here. Out of here. Says Thimbo, a veteran of the U.S. anti-terror campaigns of the 2000s, will on Thursday tell lawmakers that the military needs to be kept apart from the politics and ideologies of our time. He told DailyMail.com ahead of the session. He takes aim at diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's the DEI hookup I've been seeing. They've been talking about that quite a bit on the news as of late. It says it targets that he blames for problems in the U.S. Air Force and West Point Military Academy, as well as critical race theory and drag queen shows on military bases. See, but they don't want that critical race theory being taught. See, that critical race theory, it makes them look like shit. So they don't want that being taught, so, that they don't want slavery being taught. They don't want you to know how they actually got America. But yet and still, I guess if critical race theory is being taught, so to speak, a lot of these, a lot of these Jakes or Israelites won't join the military because there's more Israelites that's joining the military than it is the so-called white man. The so-called white man is not joining the military. He's not joining the military, but the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are. You see? He says, let's see here. If those factors aren't relevant to a person's ability to do a job, whether a cook or infantryman or a tank driver, they shouldn't be considered because it allows in an ideology that's not relevant to the military profession. He says he will present evidence to the House Subcommittee on National Security, the Border, and Foreign Affairs at a hearing called The Risk of Progressive Ideologies in the U.S. Military. The hearing comes amid growing concerns among conservatives that the U.S. military is being weakened by left values, showcased by Pentagon funding for drag queen shows. See, here you go. You got the Pentagon funding drag shows, man. On what the fuck for? They there to do the work of the military. If they want to get off work and go see a goddamn drag queen, then that's on them. But you're funding with the taxpayers' dollars that, you know what I'm saying, you paying the drag queens to go to these places, man, when it has nothing to do with the military at all, man. That shows you how far this place done fallen. But all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for it, man. You know? That's why I keep saying in these lessons like this, keep on praying to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for it. You should be saying a prayer right now to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that he will continue on tearing down the kingdom of Esau, Edom, man. This is the fall of Rome all over again. Okay, it says, let me get that part back again. It says the hearing comes amid growing concerns among conservatives that the U.S. military is being weakened by leftist values showcased by Pentagon funding for drag shows and training workshops on white privilege and pronoun usage. The Department of Defense axed drag shows on bases last year following an outrage over the Navy's appointment of a non-binary drag queen whose stage name is Happy Daniels as its first digital ambassador. This the dude right here. I remember seeing this too. I think matter of fact, I done a lesson on this when it happened about a year or so back. The military has struggled to remain relevant to younger Americans. That's why I done a lesson on that earlier today, who are less interested in serving in uniform and would in many cases not meet the fitness standards. They don't meet them. They too goddamn fat. It says in faces of recruitment crisis after missing its 2023 target by 41,000. Now, mind you, Russia, I think I seen something. I think it was yesterday where they talking about Russia. You know, they're getting like 1,500 recruits a day. You know, like it's just, they're just young men are just going. They're just going. You know what I'm saying? Because they have pride in their country. These people don't have no pride in America, man. It says Thimbo, a married father of four, who now heads the American Military Project at the Claremont Institute, a conservative think tank, said he was concerned that the U.S. military was suffering as a result of progressive ideas. But look at this dude, man. This guy's in control of combat, man. He's got a side. He's more interested in his side drag queen job. This shit is retarded. It says an effort by the Air Force to diversify cadets ultimately left them short of pilots, he said. Racial quotas at West Point were also failing to improve the fighting ability to unite that emerged from the academy. Anytime you elevate something that's not relevant to the profession and not relevant to the competence of the institution, is going to dilute the quality and make it less effective, said Thimbo. A conservative legal action group in September sued West Point, saying the New York-based academy admissions practices discriminated against white applicants and violated the principle of equal protection in the U.S. Constitution, Fifth Amendment. So that's where you have a lot of this. There's a lot of. Matter of fact, let me just get it real quick. I know I've been reading for a second. I haven't grabbed no scripture, but let's get that leads to a lot of division in this country, man. And of course, with division, it can't, a house can't stand. What's a lock here? This is Matthew 12:25. And it reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? The scriptures talks about, can two walk together unless they be agreed? This place is damn near at civil war, man. That's how fucked up this place is. That's drastic when you really think about it. You can't recruit new members to the military. First off, all these countries are looking at you like you stupid as hell. All these countries got nukes faced your way. None of these countries are liking you. Even your allies are starting to turn their backs on you. You're $34 trillion in debt. You're trying to send money to Ukraine. You're trying to fund Israel. You're trying to fund Taiwan. You're trying to fund all these different places. And it's got the place completely divided. You got these damn immigrants coming in. You got left far left, you got right, far right, you got conservatives, you got liberals, you got all this different shit going on, and it's a smorgasbord of just chaos, and you can't stand like that, man. That's why that scripture says, "Can two walk together unless they be agreed?" If you walking with somebody and you like, I want to go left, I know that the place is over here, and you got somebody with you that want to go right, they saying no, the place is over here, you're going to be arguing with them. And then eventually you're going to be like, well, man, fuck that. I'm not walking that way with you for nothing because I know it's over here. And, vice versa. That's the same with a marriage, a woman and a man in a house, and they're arguing constantly. They're going to eventually separate. And then that's going to separate the entire family with the kids. Now, the kids has got to choose between the mom and the dad. A lot of the times that happens. That goes for business. That's why when we come into this truth, you're supposed to be one accord with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in this one doctrine. Not no whole bunch of doctrines. That's why the apostles always tell us, and all that unity camp shit, joining up with IUIC, going and having camp with Sakari, going and having camp with WFI, and going to have camp with all these different camps, and they don't believe in what you believe in. The shit is all over the place. It's confusion. Anyway. This is a beautiful thing, though, because it's definitely a lot of separation that's going on in the U.S., man. And we know, of course, that when the Lord, this is directly out of Yahweh's mouth, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He said that, our house cannot stand. This place cannot stand. It's doomed, basically, because they can't get along. So we know that by Yahweh's falling, and it's not coming back, man. Okay, it says, President Joe Biden's administration defended the military academy's policies. See, of course. See, since Joe Biden been there, man, it's been all Skittles, all motherfucking Starbursts, all rainbows in his cabinet. And soon as he came in, soon as he put his hand on that big ass Bible, he started to turn the tides when it came to freakism, man. It says President Joe Biden's administration defended the military academy's policy, Salakia, arguing that senior military leaders have long recognized that a scarcity of minority officers can create distrust within the armed forces. Well, you still got to get qualified people. What's that got to do with the transgenders, man? What's that got to do with, the transgenders, they done jumped all over you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Getting all the rights that you've been fighting for hundreds of years. Right off the jump. Matter of fact, they're ahead of you. They're taking on the top positions, man. It's crazy, man. It says, although black people, which we're not black, we're different shades of brown people, and we are Israelites, from our respective tribe, or, if you're a so-called black person, you would be from the tribe of Judah. You would be from the same tribe as Yahushua, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, because he's a so-called black man. Today, he would be a Negro if he was walking the earth, right? Okay, so it says, so-called blacks make up 20.2% of the Army's active duty enlist personnel. Only 11% of officers are black. Justice Department said. Hispanic people, and it shouldn't even be that many of you niggas there, man. You shouldn't even be there. Hispanic people constitute 18% of active personnel, but only 9% of officers. White people, and of course there's no such thing as white people. They're actually red, pinkish to reddish in color. They are Edomites. That's their biblical name. Esau, Edom, Idumeans, man. They're Edomites. No such thing as white people. Nobody looks like a glass of milk, man. But it says so-called white people, by contrast, constitute 51.7% of the Army's active duty enlisted corps and 68% of its officers, the Justice Department said. Of course, because this is their kingdom. This is their kingdom, And Joe Biden, he really, kind of threw that Lloyd Austin guy in the mix, as far as being a general, because he got a smorgasbord of freakism going on with his diversity. I'm surprised, he didn't put, a transgender, at that position. I guess that might have been a little too much, though. Okay, it says the committee's chairman, Glenn Grothman, a Wisconsin Republican, said the hearing was aimed at questioning whether DEI and other progressive programs were hurting the strength of U.S. forces on the battlefield. Our military has one primary function: defend Americans and Americans' interests at home and abroad. At least this was the primary function until Biden administration force-fed progressivism into the branches of the armed services, and that's what he done. Hey, Joe Biden, that boy done a number on America, man, in these past 3 years. Well, let me get this scripture right here. This is, a classic, because I've done a lesson on saying well, not the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. It was in a military context as well. I think it was the Daily Mail as well, but this is a different aspect of it, a different hookup on it. But Esau is losing out here, man. Okay, but this is Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Book of Sirach, 25:7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." And that's what we're witnessing. See, we don't have to do nothing. All we got to do is keep on doing these lessons, keep on praying, continue on going off into, these precepts, man, and bringing these precepts out, and keep on chanting down Esau Edom's kingdom. That's all we got to do. We're waiting on the Lord, man. All we got to do is the work. The Lord is going to do the rest. He's already got everything mapped out. All we got to do is continue on doing these lessons, continue on going out on the highways and byways, and prophesy against Babylon the Great, man. Esau Edom, the so-called white man's kingdom, all over the world, and it's about to get crucial. How you think Esau not winning no world war, man, with this shit they got going on here? They're least likely to win. First off, you can't get people to enlist. The people that you do have enlisted, here you go. Let's get this dude again. Look at this nigga, man. This shit is a shame. Look at this. They had this nigga doing drag queen shows on the ships, man. And there's a lot of freakism on them Navy ships. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on this for a hot sec, man. Continue on praying. This is another Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? And the new Shabbat is Wednesday sundown to Thursday sundown now. This is the new one. It's been somewhat of a 48-hour one. I call it 48 hours, because we just ended out the last month of Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown. Then it went directly into Wednesday sundown to Thursday sundown. So it's been a 48-hour Shabbat. And I love those, man, because you actually get to, settle in, rest, do lessons, and just focus, man, on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It's a lot more focus. It takes discipline as well. You know what I'm saying? See, we're gonna be ready when things hit the fan. See, when it comes to a Shabbat, it's a beautiful thing, because like I said, you get to rest, and you're not so agitated about getting out and about and going to do shit. It settles you in. You get used to being settled in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go and get what I need. I'm going to set up. And I'm just going to be prepared to just chill at the crib if I got the opportunity to do so. Some of us have to go to work, of course. But just in general, we're not shopping. We're not buying or selling. You know what I'm saying? It saves you money, really, in reality. I mean, from one aspect. But I mean, it's just generally, it's something to focus in on. Like, it takes you out of the cares of the world. So with that, hey, I pray that the lesson was edifying, man. Hey, shalom.